Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece. One Piece, chapter 750 review. Now, go right here for the live reaction of the chapter. And if you're a gamer, go right here to see my thoughts on, that's right, a plugin, Sony's and Microsoft's E3 conference. And that's going to be on my gaming channel. If you're intrigued, watch it and subscribe. Again, a plugin. It is what it is. You got a problem with that? Yeah, that's the way it is. Now, this week's chapter, One Piece, the ending was on some other level shit. I can't deny it because I was so stunned at just the sheer amount of confidence that Sabo has to stand in front of thousands of Marines. Vice Admirals. There's two. I mentioned one Vice Admiral. I forgot that Maynard was fucking Maynard, whatever. Maynard, he's a Vice Admiral. Two Vice Admirals and Fujitora, the Purple Tiger, Isho-san himself. So, like, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Sabo. But I'll save that for last because it's the ending, and the ending was the best part. Everything else in the chapter was okay, and the speeches I thought were subpar. I'll be very honest with you, because the speeches to me were just filler in the sense of we're trying to convince King Riku of what he already knows. This dude understands that Luffy is there to take out Flamingo. He has no issues with the kingdom itself. He has no problems with the Tontada, nor his daughters or his granddaughter. So it's what the fuck? It's like, you know this, King Riku, and yet, pirates, and, but daddy, and then you have Viola talking about Luffy and how the Straw Pirates, they're sincere, and so on and so forth. Then you have the Tontada there to back up Usopp, and Usopp, how he was the one who turned everyone back into humans, and so on and so forth. So all this stuff. And to me, I was like, really, dude? Like, really, man? Like, come on, like, seriously. So, and you can disagree, by all means disagree. I'm just telling you how it is. And how it is that the speeches to convince King Riku of the situation at hand, unless he's a complete ignoramus, there's no reason for these speeches to actually exist. Therefore, they're meaningless to me. They just are. And they take up space. There could have been more time spent on, like, let's say, Zorva's Pika. Just saying. We could have gone over to damn Big Mom and Sanji. Can we fucking... damn it, Oda. God, I swear, if I see Sanji in a coma, I'm pissed. I'm coming for you, dog. I'm coming for you, Oda. Jeez, man. The horrors. But let me move on. Alright? First of all, the Coliseum crew, they're at, like, a certain level within that multiple plateau. Because, like, it's like a stacked up layer of plateaus. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4. And, like, it ends off with the flower fields plus the castle area. And basically, that's where Luffy and company are going right now. And they're pretty much... Well, Luffy got there first when he was on top of the bull. And, of course, we have Jet and Abdullah. They're still there, along with Luffy. And you have the rest of the guys, Chinjao and the Kano Kuni gang, Ideo, the Beastmaster dude. They're all climbing up as we speak. And so that's still happening. And it looks like they're going to run into the staff members. It looks like they're going to run into Baby 5, Lao G, Mach Vice, Dillinger, Gladius, those guys. So, obviously, we're probably going to see some of the Coliseum crew branch off and fight against those cats while the rest of them go up and face Flamingo. That's what we should be expecting. So, we should see maybe like Ideo versus Lao G, Gladius versus maybe Elizabella, or who knows, or Cavendish, again, who knows. But that's the way it's probably going to roll out. Or maybe they just completely bypass the staff members and then they just go straight for Flamingo. Like, they just beeline it for Flamingo, and now we have the staff members playing catch up to try and take out Luffy and the Coliseum crew. And then we have all this stuff going on where Viola, she has lost spare key. Apparently, and I think it's too convenient because I don't know where she got the key in the first place. Because I'm like, wait a second. So Flamingo destroyed the key just so Law would still be restrained. But she had another key at some point, and I forgot where she got it or how she got it. I don't recall there being another key. Maybe there are like multiple keys in that key ring. Again, I don't know. But the point here is that there is a way for Law to escape his Kairoseki sea cuffs. And right now, I think you have some of the Tontada, not all, because I think the other Tontada are going to where Franky is with Señor, and that's gonna be cool. See that fight, I think they should show in full. That fight, Oda should not skip whatsoever. No fucking way. He should skip that fight. No, 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 no. But at the same time, don't skip Sabo. Oh, don't you dare! Don't you dare skip Sabo! Or I'm coming! I'm coming, Oda! I'm coming! Not in a good way. And the point here I'm trying to make here is that we have... So not only are the Coliseum crew and Luffy going towards Flamingo and company, but also we're going to have Rebecca, Viola, Bartolomeo, maybe even Robin go over to the Coliseum area as well. I mean, maybe go over to the castle area as well. Because they need to give Luffy the key to save Law, to help Law in the sea cuffs, obviously. And then we have, of course, the next part, we have Senor Pink. And Franky's still on that mission. I'll give Franky credit. He has not forgotten about the main mission, destroy the factory, and save the Tontadas, the 500 Tontada that are there. But right now, you know, Senor Pink, he wasn't with the main party of staff members. He was just by himself, alone, one man. And what happens? Like, suplex. So, Franky versus Senor Pink round 2. And this should be a good one. It should. I don't see why not. It should be a very good fight, in fact. Because Senor Pink, his abilities, though they're not destructive, they're extremely unique. Because he can manipulate the ground almost... Well, no, he can't manipulate the ground. He can swim through the ground. Okay? So, actually, that would mean that Senor Pink's abilities go directly against... Yeah, they go directly against Pika's abilities. Because ground, stone can't affect him. He phases right through it. So... But regardless of that, the point here is that when it comes to that fight, I really want to see them go all out. Like, Oda better not skip that fight at all. And Franky, the time skip has been a few years. Franky fought against, like, that one squid dude. Like, whatever the fuck is, whatever, I forgot his name. Piece of shit. And then, in Punk Hazard, got 0 game time. I mean, he controlled Chopper's body, but he himself had 0 game time. So, Franky, it's been a while since I've seen a decent one-on-one fight with Franky. And Senor Pink, to say the least, is decent. So, we gotta see this fight. And finally, to wrap up the video, Ace. I'm sorry, not Ace. I get confused too. Because they're Kyodai. Sabo! Shit. Yeah. First of all, Sabo should be in the same position that Kaku was in when it came to him versus Zoro. His mastery of the Mera no Mi should be minimal at best. At best. So the fact that he was able to actually control the fire around his pipe and make like the fire, you know, like have giant, well, like these balls of fire on each end of the pipe, to me, I think is a little bit too fast. Like there should be some kind of learning curve there. There really should be. I mean, maybe he's like Kaku in the sense that he is like a sub-genius when it comes to mastering your powers on the spot. So, again, who knows? Who knows? But that should be the case, nonetheless. Where he shouldn't by no means have mastery over his Devil Fruit. And it takes years. I mean, again, look at Crocodile. Crocodile, he explains this thoroughly, almost every, well, not every time, but he explained it, and it still stands today. Where, when it comes to your devil fruit, you have to learn the ins and outs of your devil fruit in order to be considered a true devil fruit master. Guys like Karibo, who could do one or two things with their, who could do a few things with their swamp powers, but could do nothing else, are pieces of shit. Compared to guys like Crocodile, who can literally disappear in the sand particles, absorb moisture, manipulate the environment around him, and actually alter the environment around him to become a mock desert. Yeah, obviously have a long way to go. So yeah, Sabo, and look at Luffy. Luffy could do so many things now after the time skip because he spent so much. Because he spent like 6 months learning the ins and outs of his devil fruit power after he learned the basics of Haki. So that should apply to Sabo as well. And even though Fujitora is phenomenal, because of the birdcage, he probably is stunted when it comes to him pulling down his meteorites. However, if he wanted to pull down something bigger and risk destroying the entire country, then he could do that probably. I mean, could the birdcage withstand, I don't know, a fairly larger asteroid? Who knows? I mean, again, it's Flamingo's birdcage, and depending on how strong the strings are, they can or they can't take on larger objects. So, regardless, though, it seems as if like Fujitora himself is stunted in those regards. But again, you have two vice admirals. Maynard he got his ass murked by Bartolomeo in the back, and no one knew about it. And the other guy, I think he teamed up with Mach Vice and Senor Pink to take out Franky. And they did beat Franky. The Saw dude, him. But Sabo has confidence, man. Sabo is brimming with confidence. And the main thing here is, well, if Sabo is this confident, and he could take on admirals and vice admirals and 1,000 marines, shit, Monkey D. Dragon, Now, someone did tell me that, keep in mind that when it came to Whitebeard's guys were discussing as well. Marco was able to take on Kizaru quite easily. He just got distracted in the middle of combat because Whitebeard was getting, Whitebeard was coughing up blood and so on and so forth. So, and the same thing applies to Joe's as well. So someone did say that because of that reason, Sabo is just like Marco in the sense of, I don't know in the sense of power, but in the same avenue of we can take on admirals, and we're not the leaders of our group. We're like second or third or fourth in command. Again, that's just the way it is. So, I mean, is Dragon Yonko level? More or less likely, yes, he is. Where he ranks among the Yonko, I mean, I don't know. I think, listen, man, I'm still saying that Shanks is above everyone. Because I've never seen a person like Ben Beckman come out and just point a gun, and Kizaru like, whoa, Ben Beckman. All right, like, yeah! I mean, granted, Fujitora has no qualms taking on Sabo because his boys are around him. And the same thing would probably apply if Sabo was by himself one-on-one. But when you make someone like Kizaru like, whoa, shit, stepped in the wrong ballpark, that's when you're like, fuck. So again, someone did point me out. So someone did mention that in the comment, in the PM as well. So I'm done. The overall chapter rating. The chapter has a very nice ending. The ending is phenomenal. I love it. But the rest of the chapter leaves me wanting a lot more, especially when it came to the speeches that I think are irrelevant. So the rest of the chapter I'd probably give a subpar plus, but the ending is amazing. So the chapter I'm going to give an okay plus to good, and I'll leave it at that. So King of Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day.